I'm just here with my keyboard, typing the right keys in place to make money pop out of the computer. And I just think that's a kind of a mind-blowing way to think about it is if you enter the right keys into this keyboard, your life can change forever. So what we're teaching you here on these calls is, hey, here's the keys. Here's the right ones to do. Dante, I'm so excited for today because I got so much to share. I've been doing a lot of thought-provoking questions towards, how we get these guys even better at your craft. Like we're creating a craft, aren't we?
Absolutely.
How to build a business, how to be a CEO, how to be a janitor. So from top to bottom, how to go clean out the trash can to being the CEO of running a company to hiring people to designing, picking products to selling that to running Facebook ads. And, I'll be the first one to tell you, like, that's a lot. That's a big ask to make you have all these superpowers out there and hope that you get through the jungle. And so it's my job to make sure that I'm giving you the right tools and processes to make sure that that jungle isn't as thick as it could be. And I'm showing you the path, the easy path, right? I'm your tour guide. I'm getting you to the other side so you don't have to go do it by yourself. So today is going to be one of those impactful days because I want to show you how to build a $30,000 front-end advertorial page the right way, how we do it. I'm going to show you the exact behind-the-scenes process of how I do it so you guys don't have to pay $30,000. I used to pay 30 grand for a page. I got it down to 5 grand per page. And recently I've gotten it down to $75 per page. And I'm going to show you how I did that today. So you don't have to go pay the 30 grand to figure it out, to go get the 5 grand figured out to get it down to 75 bucks. So I'm going to show you how to do that. At a 30,000 foot view is I'm giving you the buttons at your desk so that it's easy for you. So you just press a button and things happen, right? You know your superpowers, go do those. The other things that aren't your superpowers, for instance, maybe building a funnel, maybe doing a Google form, maybe uploading a product to ClickFunnels, like whatever it is, I want to give you the buttons to push so that way it's done for you and easy and inexpensive, but efficient. So that button today is going to be building an advertorial page so you don't have to. And so that whole analogy comes from the book Think and Grow Rich, where Henry Ford is in court and they're asking him all kinds of questions like, why is the sky blue, or who's the 40th president or whatever. And he didn't know. And they're like, well, how can you run a company if you don't know these things? And he goes, because I have a row of buttons that can answer those questions in a timely manner. He pushes a button 6 months later, I think it was, a friggin' engine that's never been built before, never done, is built because he pushed the right button. So in our world, I'm giving you those buttons for e-com. Those buttons are Google Forms. Those buttons are Facebook groups. Those buttons are going to be today funnel building. So I'm aligning and giving you the right buttons to make sure the through path is just resistance free. Let's do that. And then we'll get into some Q&A. So hopefully that's cool with you guys. Oh, and I didn't even tell Dante this. I probably should fill you in on these things, but these are the things while I'm eating breakfast. I'm like, I should do this. This would be fun. Here's my toast. So here's what I was thinking. I'm going to show you this, how to do it. And I'm thinking I could do like 2, maybe 3. Okay. I'm extending myself here. Like 3 case studies. So someone who's like, I got a product, I built my ClickFunnels sales page. For instance, like Michael Spencer, you'd be a great candidate. Ogo would be a great candidate. Karen Hot Sauce would be a great candidate. People who have come and shown us their funnels that I know about. Obviously, there's more of you. But I'm looking for 3 case studies that are willing to put forward, the cash that it takes to build the advertorial. But I will help you through that process because I want you to then come next week, maybe 2 weeks, to the call and show a before and after. Here was my funnel before. I did the thing. I did what Trey said. Here's what it looks like now. And I think this would be really cool. But this is not, I don't want money. Don't send me money. Don't send me gifts. I just want to do it because I want to show people how easy this is. So it gives encouragement to all the other people that are like, okay, this can be done. This is easy. Wow. Why did I overthink this? Dante, hopefully that's cool.
That's Trey. That's amazing, brother. That sounds awesome.
All right. Let me show you how to do it. So here we go.
And while Trey's setting up here too, gang, like what he's saying, we obsess over this. We pore over this. We really want to know what's your hurdles, what's holding you back. So if you're somebody who's joined the challenge from the very beginning, or you've been here for, let's say, 3 weeks, if you've been taking the challenge for 3 weeks or more and you have not launched your funnel, you have not started running ads, you have not put it out there in the world, I would love to know why. Why? Honestly, tell us truthfully and honestly. There's no right or wrong answer. Why have you not launched? Is it, I don't know how to make a funnel that I'm proud of and I believe in? Is it, I don't know how to save the money so I can allocate that to my ad spend? There's no right or wrong. I'd like you guys to put in the chat. I would love to know your hurdle. Really, truly, gang. Put that in the chat for us. Take it away, Trey.
Put it in the chat. I am grabbing this last link here. Show you the progression. Let's see. Is this it? Nope. I can show you the first two. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you the first two. And then we'll show you kind of where it's headed because I can't find it. And I need to turn the notifications off. Turn my Skype off. Turn my WhatsApp off. Turn my messages off so no one can reach me because this is very important and I want to showcase and have no distractions.
Well, thank you guys. Tell me honestly and truly, there's no right or wrong answer. We are not your third grade teacher. We're not looking at these hurdles to judge you or demean you. I want to know your hurdles so we can make it easy and we can show you the ways to get over those hurdles. You guys have no idea how valuable your input is right now. Thank you for it.
Yeah. Awesome. Bam. All right. This is a timestamp number 1. Oh, something else I wanted to do. Who is like the best note taker ever on the call right now? Like if you're like, dude, I'm your man, I'm your woman, I'm the best note taker, I do it really well, people love my notes, people ask me how I do notes. Like if that's you, just say me in the chat. And I would love to ask if you would mind transcribing what I'm about to teach here, because I'd like to use those notes in the training. So when someone says, how do I do this? The notes are there. And on the
Trey,
behalf,
I think we have Otter AI that does it automatically. They transcribe this whole entire meeting.
that might be true, but it's not gonna do it the way that I think would come out. I want to give you like a step-by-step process. And so I'm hoping that when I'm going through this, I'm going to kind of be iterating like, hey, make sure we're saying this in those notes. So that way, when someone's reading those notes, that it's like an SOP, like a system operating procedure.
Let's
Okay.
have Nadia, Himanshu, and Penny can take our notes for us. Everybody else can just be present, learn, and observe.
Cool. All right, here we go. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is what cost me 30 grand. I paid $30,000 for this page to be built. This was for one of our security camera offers. And of course, now looking back at it, I'm not extremely impressed with it. But you know what, at the time, I didn't know any better. And so I paid the dues. And why did it cost me 30 grand? Because someone already knew what I'm about to teach you today and upcharged. You know, could I go and do this and charge 30 grand to do the same thing because I got all the people in place? Sure. But I'm not in the business to do that. I don't even want to do that. So I'd rather just show you how to do it for pennies. And so that way you can get to your success faster, which is the road to profit. We talked about that last week. If you didn't watch last week's video, you should go watch last week's video, because the more hurdles we put in front of us to get over those hurdles to profit, the harder it is going to be to become profitable. So this is very important when it comes to low hurdles, easy to get to profit, because you're not spending a ton of money up front. All right. Well, anyways, this is that page. Then I found out how to get to about 5 grand. So this page cost us $5,000 to be built, designed, and formatted correctly. Basically has your top headers, your video, slider deck, some easy rotations, taking the same copy from the previous page I showed you and just reformatting it to this page. This page has done really well for us. But then recently, we've had a change of how we are showcasing our brand. So our brand has taken on a color scheme, color palette. Our color palette is bronze, black, whites, and grays. And so what we're doing is we're transitioning currently, almost done, all of our funnels into our brand. So no matter if someone goes to product A, B, or C, our brand colors identify us back to home base. And pretty much taking a book out of Crate and Barrel, Sharper Image, Brookstone, all those guys who are our competitors, you know, we're watching what they're doing and doing it better than them. Okay. So then I got smart and I found this company called 99 Designs. We've worked with 99 Designs before, but this domain is where we go to find designers. All right, note takers. 99designs.com is where we find designers and get designs done for our sales pages. 99 Designs is the first purchase is to find your forever designer. So what I mean by that is it's going to cost you $249 to get your page designed the first time. But you're going to find a winner. You're going to find an artist in here who will design your pages. They will do your Facebook advertorial ads. They will do your logo. They will do your postcards. They will do everything. They're going to become your full-time designer when you need them. But for pennies, like we're talking 25 bucks, 50 bucks, $75. They live in third world countries. So $800 a month is full-time for them. So what I'm showing you is you don't have to keep coming back to 99 Designs to keep building new funnels and having new funnels built. You can if you want. Sometimes we do. But really what we're using 99 Designs for is a toll booth to find your next full-time funnel designer. Okay. And that'll be much cheaper the second go around or the second thing you have them built. Hopefully that makes sense.
And just in case you guys are unfamiliar with the funnel building world and typical charges, it is very common for people to pay $30,000 to a designer, especially when that designer is good and has reputable works. But let's forget about that and just talk about you just found a guy that has a funnel builder certification out there and you're going to be his very first client. It is very common for them to charge $500 to $800 per page. And that is quite literally just the design, gang. $500 to $800 per page. Easily, most funnels are easily $5,000 funnels, right? 5,000. And that's, again, just the design. Like if you give them the copy, they won't even put the copy on the funnel. They're going to give you placeholder text. Lorem ipsum dolores sit amet. We've all seen that a million times. That's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get.
Inspiration, your work. Go to the homepage, 99designs.com. Then go to website and app design. This is the one I'm looking for. I'm telling you, the little hack for 99 Designs, what I found out, this $549, if you pay it, or the $599, you're going to get the same artists and the same designers for here for the $349. Just do this one, the $349. This is your entry price to finding a freaking funnel designer for life that will cherish your work, that will be so loyal to your business, and understand your business and know your business and pop out work through the night. Like it is bliss. That is my favorite button I have on my desk. Okay. So landing page, here we go. Landing page designs that. Ooh, I like that. I want it to convert, don't you? I do. All right. So here we go. So we want to get a design. It's going to ask you for a briefing. Okay. You want to be as detailed as freaking possible to let them understand and know how you want your website to be designed. If you have competition, website examples, funnel examples that you can share with them, the more the merrier, the better, okay? Because you got to think, like you had the vision in your head, you have to, through words, describe your vision as best as possible. And so what I do is I not only, this is a keynote, how Trey gives the designer his thoughts, is I give them a description, I show them images, I show them websites that I like, and I record Loom videos, Loom, Loom videos to dissect my thoughts so that way they can hear me talk it through and try and get a scope of what I'm looking for. So I want to show you me doing that. It's right here. So here's a design I wanted for this page. So I was like, hey, we need to revamp this bad boy. We just need a new look, needs to come up. We need to rebrief it. So let's take it over to 99 Designs. Okay. So what's the organization name? I gave them that. So describe what your organization or product does and its target audience. So I'm telling them what we're selling online and what we're looking for. We're looking for a new facelift on what we're calling, this is for us, our interstitial page, okay? Or it could be an advertorial page, which is the page between our blog article and the order form. Our goal for this page is to be a tech-savvy page like Apple, new and upcoming. And of course, guys, you can use ChatGPT or Napoleon to kind of help you walk you through of this as well. Like, hey, help me describe, like, this is what I'm thinking in my brain, but make that make sense. The existing page below currently converts, but we're looking to make it more modern fonts, calm, clean, neutral colors, sleek, non-busy, or in your face. Gives a high-end vibe that makes you want to buy. Expensive, luxurious, feels that gives the consumer an experience of feeling like they are buying an upscale product regardless of the price. And the blog link I gave them was this one. So I gave them this page in that brief. Not sure why I didn't pull through. Industry retail. What's the primary objective? Purchases. Do you have an existing website? This is the advertorial link you want to give them. You want to give them your advertorial link under existing website. That way they can see what you got now, and they're going to transform that bad boy.
And to be clear, Trey, that the advertorial link is the template that we're having them build in ecom, correct?
That's correct.
Beautiful.
Yep, that's your advertorial page. Okay, now it's going to say, what's the visual style? Do you have ideas about the visual style you want? This is what I said. I want it new, modern, clean, crisp, easy to read, techie, up and coming. So I did repeat a little bit of what I told them here, right? But I kind of went a little bit more extensive. I might have used Napoleon for this and said, hey, I want it to be new, modern, clean, but give me 4 more words. And it came up with those. I'm not really sure. This has been a minute. Second is you want to lead them and you want to give them like ideas. And so in this case, what's the palette look like? So the first designer took this page and redid this, and look, he copied the freaking blue colors, right? I wanted to get away with that, and we wanted to move more towards our primaries, which is our bronze, our blacks, our grays, our whites. And we got this color palette from my wife, actually. So she was like, hey, I think your color palette needs to look more like this. And all she did was she just went and Googled images of color palettes. Here you have the Coulter, which is the one we used. This is the one that came to be. And this is another one we are looking at, is a light blue, light gray, light dark. And these are the 2 palettes we gave inside this brief. Okay, we gave these 2 palettes. So I said, hey, choose one of, here's a Loom link. And how I did that, when you install Loom, you can see that one, but you can't see the other one. So there's one on my desktop, which has a drop-down feature underneath full screen, and it has beta, which is screenshot. And then it'll link to that, which is cool. So then this creates a Loom link. So when they click that, pop, it just shows that image. Pretty cool, right? Just makes it easy for anybody in Pakistan, Ukraine, India to start to visualize what I'm looking for. Because if I was like, oh, make it brown, make it white, make it whatever, I think showing them a palette next to each other would be much easier to understand. So how you do that is, maybe you can start going through here and looking at a few palettes that are here. So like maybe this color palette you like. It'll bring this one up. And then if you scroll down, it has ones that are kind of like it. So you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it allows you to just see more and more of that same color tones, but in different shades. And then you can narrow it down to this. Maybe you're like, oh, my website would be beautiful with this color palette. This would go really well. Let's do Karen hot sauce palettes. Bam. So for Karen, I would probably go through here and I would say, okay, here's maybe my palette for hot sauce. These are like some bold reds, some blacks, some greens even, like that's fun. Or this like that brown, like what color palettes are out here? Color palettes for summer. So maybe this would be like for flip-flop guy. I might come through here and look at these color palettes possibly. Like I am not too good at picking palettes. That's why I leaned on my wife for that. So that's kind of nice. But maybe this is a nice vibe, or like just a beach vibe, something that blends with the product. Oh, here, let's do kitchen because Olga had kitchen knives. So I might come through here. Here's a cool one. So I might look at these palettes, right? Like what palettes make that knife sharpener feel exquisite, right? Like, damn, that thing is worth a lot of money just from the colors and the brand and the feel of how the page is laid out. So I would go through here and I would spend some time on this because this color palette is going to become your brand. It's going to become your image. So whatever it is that you're selling, you want to make sure that this is going to be, a thing for quite a while. So there you go. So that's how I do that. So I got my color palette picked out. What websites can designers draw inspiration from? Well, obviously we gave them ours. And I said, this is our current website. We're looking to revamp. So that's the first one. What websites can designers draw inspiration from? You can actually add more than one. So you can add, 20 here if you want. So here's another one that we did. This is our Active Track Pro. And so as you can see, that one's a little more design heavy, which is a really nice bold image of the watch reading on the left and just kind of has a nice blend to it. Okay. So that's one I gave. Here's one that is not ours. So I'm showing them going through the layout of how I want things to be presented so they can get an idea of like what's in my head, how do I want my design and website to look, right? And that usually really comes from your competitors or other websites that you've seen that you're like, you admire, and you're like, dang, this looks great. I should build ours like this. If I could have a website like this, it would look badass. Content details. What do you want to include on your landing page? So for those people who raised their hand and said, Trey, I'll become a case study, you need to have the images ready to go. Okay. So my goal for you would have had that advertorial page already built out because as you can see here, I said, hey, I need everything on this page regarding descriptions, text, testimonials, etc., to be built out. And you can get those from this page. So all I did was give them a link to this page right here. They had to go and grab all this data and then plug and play that into what they were going to later create as their designs. Okay. Allow use of stock images in your contacts. This is a yes for me. I want them going out to royalty. I want to say free images, but they're not going to be free. They are going to cost a little bit. I'd say maybe $150 to $200, depending on how many they use and which ones you like. But the answer is yes. Sometimes the designer will either have an account with those websites and you get those images for free and they don't ask you to purchase them, or others that were like, yes, I don't have an account. My goal would be is to basically just download the PNG that they give you. And more than likely, one or two of them are only going to have the watermarks. Yeah, watermarks. Thank you. So I always say yes to that because you're going to get way better designs when you say yes versus them trying to draw it out. I always give them my logos. And then is there anything else you would like to communicate to the designers? What I do here is I give them Alibaba, Amazon, AliExpress, Made in China, any other websites where that product may exist. And I give them the links to those. So that way they can see how these pages are using the product to be displayed to sell it on that platform. And it gives them ideas and sometimes images of what they use as replacement images to make the page beautiful. Okay. So I'll give them all those. Here, I give them 4. Contest deliverables, 1 digital design. It will come in a PNG, JPEG, or whatever. Any questions on that so far? Because then we're going to get into how you make the designs come to life. Is that pretty easy? Dante?
I think everybody looks good. Yep.
Cool.
I'm clear as a bell. This is amazing.
All right. So then it goes to designs. I'm sorry, but this one's been guaranteed and it's blind. Okay.
Really quick, Alfredo just said, boy, there's way much more than funnels to this. Copy, design, Facebook ads, boatload of cash, minus the boatload of cash. I want you guys, you're absolutely right, Alfredo. When I see funnel, I see all of that. I see the ad, I see the creative, I see the copy, I see the design, right? That is what a funnel is. Oh, but that's what everything is. That's whether you're using a funnel or you're just going to make a store on Shopify. That's what everything is every single time, over and over. This takes away a tremendous amount. The copy, the designs, the building, the making it pretty. If that's not your superpower, again, I want you to, if that is not your superpower, just do what Trey says here. Like me, I'm not a designer. This is what I used to do to find my design, guys. So I could give them a thing and go make it pretty. I still don't think I make beautiful funnels, and I never will. I could care less to. I find my who. We find the lever. Sorry, go ahead, Trey. This is so good.
Okay. So when you're creating this, you're going to do your landing brief. Some of the things that you did not see because it was already in play was this piece down here is how do you want to code your winning design? So just say I will organize coding myself for a winning design. I'm going to show you guys later, once you guys have these coming through, how to put these on ClickFunnels. Okay. Don't click here. I would like 9designs coding partner to contact me, like blah. Don't worry about that. Okay. So it's going to ask you what price you want. Do the $349. Okay. Bronze. This is super important. Okay. You want to say star, guaranteed winner, star, and then whatever the design is, website, page for flip-flops. Cool. This is important because when people are scrolling, when these designers are scrolling through all of the, what do you want to call it? Basically all these designs that they can go and vote on or try and get, some of them are not guaranteed, which means I could take all this time to design a website and then the person doesn't like any of them. So they just back out and there's no winner. So no one wins at that point. So what I like to do is I like to say guaranteed winner, which means like I am picking someone will receive money and you will get paid. I have found that the response rate is double. So instead of getting like 15 designers to work on my project, I'll get like 25 to 50 designers to come in. Okay. Now, funny enough, I've been doing that for 5 years now. They have added this, which is probably some people caught on, or I've told people about it or whatever. So this is a $0 checkbox you can click that says the same thing. So by putting this, you need to check that checkbox that says, I guarantee. So by choosing this option, you're letting designers know that you are all in, fully committed to choosing design. You will not be able to request a refund, but you will have more designers participating, receive 50% more designs on average, and get a wider range of creativity, which is true. They are not lying on that. Okay. I do not check feature. I do check highlight, and I do check blog. So these are the two I do check. Continue. All right. So basically I'm all in for 387 or so. Okay. So that's not bad. 387. So then what's going to happen is, see what I did there? It's pretty good. Look at that. Guaranteed winner. I'm not lying to you. Let me do this one over here. Let me do this one first, and I'll come back to that one. Which one? I thought I had it up here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to try to show you this, but it's going to be kind of hard to do it. So here, this is just one designer. As you can see, this person's called Fix Inc., right? And so my goal would be to contact Fix Inc., get them off of 99 Designs later, and to have them become a full designer because I love the layouts that they did. But look at how they took what I asked them to do through the brief and built just an amazing, good-looking, sexy AF page compared to this. So this was before, right? And then now for 349 bucks, I got this. And not only did I get this one that looks amazing, but I got 11 of them. This person made 11, not just one, 11 of these pages. That one's different. So you get to go through here and they're designing it, right? Like they're giving you different options. They're showing you like, and it's different. It's not like they just, rotated the camera or put a little badge somewhere. Like they are actually taking the time to build like this 11 different pages, guys, for $349 minus, by the way, this is only one designer that I'm showing you because it only allows me to show you this person because this person was the winner. But I think I had, I don't even know, maybe 50 or 70 entries.
Wow.
Let me, maybe more. Oh, design. Oh, I know how I did it. Messages. So here's all the other designers that had came in and tried. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 designers plus this one, which is my 11th designer. Now, if you go look here, I can kind of show you this. Some of them are awful. Like some of them are freaking god ugly. And you're just like, wow, I paid $349 and this is junk. And this is a key thing. Do not freak out. So note takers, I know the big bold statement headline. do not freak out on the first 3 to 5 designs you receive, because most likely they're from new designers who aren't creative or crafty or even know what they're doing. So it's going to look like a 3-year-old used paint to make it. And don't freak out, because the good ones are still working on yours. And days 3, 4, and 5 is when those will come in. Okay. So here's kind of like one of those sucky kind of ones. I'm like, gosh darn it. Like, this looks like junk. Here, let me show you another one. So this guy made 1, 2, he submitted 3. So this guy submitted 3, didn't even make any money because I didn't pick them. But as you can see, it's kind of hard. Can you see that?
Yes.
Probably?
Yes. We can
make it out. So, like, it didn't look bad, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And so that leads me to the second thing, is these people are going to pour into you. They're going to pour in designs. Okay. And what you do is you come in here and they'll give you a design. You click on the design and you click. Here's one. See this little red dot? You make comments. So this comment was, can you replace this right side with the following? So I gave them a Loom video. Again, I used Loom as a tool. So I said, I want it to look like this. Also, I think it'd be really cool if we could make the bottom part of the camera. Not sure you can do that, but would be curious on how we make that happen. Is that a GIF? How would that work? Here's one. Change this section to this. So I gave them another Loom. See, I wanted the comments to be a slider. So I'm like, make it a slider. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing ideas from other designers. I'm taking screenshots of those and I'm sharing them between the designers, which is kind of frowned upon between the designers, but it's a blind contest. So not one designer can see anyone else's designs. So they don't know that I'm doing that. But I do it because this is for me and I'm trying to make the best out of the best. So think about this. I got freaking 10, 11, 12 of the best designers, and I'm taking ideas from Sherry, sharing it with creative, taking ideas from creative, sharing with Fix, taking ideas from Fix, sharing with MT Pixels. So like over the 5 days, my designs are getting better and better and better and better, to where like I end up with just the winner, the final winner. And I'm trying to see which one was our winner here. Can't remember. We have it. I just can't remember the link. This one's live actually now. But this was kind of like one of those. And so you can kind of come through here and you can see like the color coding matches, the bullet points and the icons all blend together. Like, guys, I'm telling you, I could have never built this the way it is today, because that's just not my superpower. But I know what looks good. And so I'm able to give them these little dots of, hey, here's what to change. So don't wait on them. Like, tell them, show them, educate them of, hey, I don't really care for this, so let's make it this. And then they make you a new design. And so then they pop it over and, it's the next piece. You're like, okay, I like this, but I don't like this. And you're just over and over, like, here's 3 more comments. Let's see what I decide. You can remove these. You can remove these icons. So you can click anywhere in this document to give a comment. Some people know. Over here, I was like, are you able to provide mobile-friendly page? I need that. Contact us. Put our phone number below, contact us. Here's the phone number. This icon. Oh, Dante's awesome. Cool. This icon, right? You're on top choice right now. Looks great. Like, I'm just giving them props at this point. Okay. That's key. See all these comments that I made? Like, I'm telling them what to do. Need to add a return policy. Hello, thank you for the update. They'll update you and they give you a new design. The other thing I need to share with you that is super important: never, ever give anyone a 5-star. As soon as you give a 5-star, I'm not sure what happens, but everybody goes tank. They tank. They stop trying because they feel like they've won. So you never want to give them that security of they've won. So I always will put it at a 4-star or a 3 or a 2 or a 1. There's some designs, probably even, I didn't even rank it because I was like, this is just junk. Like, I can't even work with this. So I don't even rank it. I don't even put a star to it. But there might be one that I do, and it's like, oh, okay, this one's a 4-star. Like, I love it. This is the right way. So yeah, it looks like I started just working with one of those designs, and then we, made that one beautiful. And then I took ideas from other sites. So as you can see, like, here are all the notes that I took and educated them. So anywho, this is the winner. So here's all the ones that she made me. And then here was the final winner that we chose. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not, but you can message them and you can say, hey, would you mind jumping on a Zoom call? would you mind jumping on a Skype call? And you want to see if they're willing to work outside of 99 Designs. Do not say that or do anything like that inside of here. You want to get them on a Zoom or a Skype or something, or WhatsApp or WeChat, to ask them, hey, can we talk offline? And then when you get them offline, that's when you say, hey, I want you to work for me. How much would you build a page for? And if they're just like crazy outpriced, then it's not a good match. But if they're like, oh, $75, $100, $99, like whatever, then you got yourself a catch. And it might take you a few of this. Or, like for me, let's go back to that design here. I got 11 other people because some of these guys were close. Like this guy was really, really close. So I might go to him, 49 Designs, and be like, hey, you weren't the winner, but you're really good. I'd love to talk to you offline. Get them on a Skype call, be like, hey, do you do work outside of, 99 Designs? And they're like, yes. Okay, cool. Let's work together. How much do you charge? And as long as it's within, 125, 150 for a funnel page, I know they're pretty much well in line with what it should cost to get a page done from someone, in Pakistan, India. But this is how I source the best designers to finding the number one designer that can work on our pages, so we're the number one in the industry, versus going to like a Fiverr and you got one designer, you don't even know if they're good yet, and you're paying the same amount. So that's how I do it.
Man, that is awesome.
If someone is still up for doing a case study, I need 3 people that already have the qualifications. Are you have your sales page built out already, and you're like, yeah, I'll do that. Then Dante can be the bad guy and pick 3, and we'll figure out how we can connect. And I just want to make sure like we're pushing through, and then I want to see it before, and then in like 5 or 6 days once we get finalists, and after, and then we can have like a reveal party.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, gang. Love all the me's in the chat. If you would like to enter yourself for the case study, just shoot me an email, Dante@clickfunnels.com. I'll put that in the chat for you right now. Dante@clickfunnels.com. And do me a favor, on the subject of the email you send, make the subject case study. That way I can keep you guys all clean and concise. And then, of course, link to me the link to your actual funnel page, and we'll take a look and check it out. Choose 3 winners. This sounds amazing. Requirements for the case study: just that you have the funnel built, you're following Trey's template, the advertorial template, right? So you've built that template, you have it absolutely created. Did they have to have traffic running to it, Trey?
No.
We just have to have it built and done.
Hopefully I did a really good job of trying to explain my thoughts there of how that's done. But maybe there'll be some, but actually, is there any questions? Maybe we should probably just some questions real quick. Like, was there any questions regarding that?
If you guys have a question, just unmute yourself.
Yes,
Chat's going so crazy. Sure, go for it, Jan.
Okay. How do you program the results you got from 99 Design back into ClickFunnels?
I'm going to show you that. So it's a PNG. So we'll send it over to a dev team, and they'll be able to parse it out and put it on ClickFunnels as HTML and CSS. You don't have to be techie. That's the best part. It's a button push. So basically, you can use Upwork, you can use Fiverr. We have a team that can do it. It's just somebody we use, and they're very, very inexpensive, cheap to do it. And so that's the next piece. But before you even get there, we got to get it designed and done, right? So that's like the next step. But it's super easy. You'll get a PNG file. You send it over to your dev, and basically what they do is they break the images apart. And then now we're getting beyond my expertise, but basically they put code behind it, post it on ClickFunnels, and it looks just like I'm showing you on the screen.
Awesome. Thank you.
Like, ClickFunnels has done everything for you to allow you to do these things, to make beautiful looking pages, right? And that's exactly what we're doing together, is we're going to get you guys beautiful, good looking, trustworthy, authentic pages that sell your product for you, so you don't have to. And that's what these designers are going to help you do. By the way, I have no partnership. I make no money on 99 Designs. That's just what we use. So I want you guys, like, could me and Dante create a company and go charge you thousands of dollars to build you designers, and like we just have these designers in the background doing it for $100? Sure. But that's what we're not here to do that, guys. Like, we're here to get you success. I'm literally showing you what we're doing at a $100 million company at a micro level, so you can do the same thing. It's just, this stuff is easy. It took me 10 years to figure it all out, but you're getting it for $100 for a 90-day challenge.
Wild.
Question, is it 125 to 150 per page? Okay.
Yep.
I wanted to clarify to know, to gauge. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. This is invaluable, saving us tons of money.
Yeah. If you'd like to pay me $5,000 though, I mean, I'll take your money and I will go find somebody for $150 to build it for you and present it to you. And you'll be like, wow, this is awesome. Trey made it. I'm like, not really, but here you go.
I actually used to, way back when, I used to find people with small businesses, like the construction workers and people like that. And I used to send it to a little company, like I would stay overnight and be the middleman.
Yeah.
And then sell the websites.
This is, I mean, I literally just gave you a $100 million company just in that 30 minutes. Like you could do exactly what I'm telling you right now, like be a toll booth and you just manage the projects. You just have micro work. Like that's what the guy was doing that was charging me $30,000.
Yeah,
He
no,
was like $29,850, and he was giving $150 to somebody in a third world country to design it. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. You know, I was happy to spend that $30,000 because I didn't know how to do what he already knew how to do. So I just gave you guys the information of the back end of where they're finding him, how it's working, how to do it. And it's less than what you go to dinner for.
sure glad that I got to do this project first, do all the videos, follow, understand everything before I go hire somebody else and try and.
Get your paid bill. Get your advertorial bill.
I did, and it's live, so I'm excited. Hopefully I get picked.
Yeah, let's go.
So, guys,
Once
go.
it's on our website,
Trey?
are we able to go in and edit it on ClickFunnels?
That's a great question. Probably not. So that's when I'd reach back out to like, your time is more well spent not doing that stuff. You know, honestly, like if we're being super transparent to you, for you to be logging into ClickFunnels and editing text is not a good use of your time. I'll tell you a story. I got a very invaluable gift from Russell Brunson about 3 months ago. I was in ClickFunnels headquarters. That's when I was recording the videos for you guys. And Russell and I didn't talk. Like it was basically like Trey arrived, I had a coffee, and the film crew hooked me up and we went crazy. As you guys know, there's 10 hours of video footage that we did that day. But during the breaks, which is pretty much like going to the restroom and stuffing my face because I was hungry, I got to kind of see Russell in his environment, which is pretty cool because usually, you know, we see him on stage, we see him on videos, but we don't see him like working in his environment. And so I got the gift of that, which was really cool. All that guy does is pace around his office in Voxer. That's all he does all day. He runs a $200 million company via Voxer is what I saw. And I was like, gosh dang, that is incredible. Like he's literally pushing a Voxer button to the right person, pushing the button, right? And that person's going out and doing the thing for him and coming back with the result. And he's doing it all from I mean, I'd say his office is probably, I don't know, 20 foot by 10 foot office space with a couple computers, but the majority of the time I just saw him on Voxer. And I was like, that is incredible to see and oversee. And so like when I came back to our company, because I'm in the weeds sometimes, Stormy, of changing text or, you know, doing the things. And I'm like, I just need to get it to where, and this is the perspective that I put in my head, is I'm in jail and I have access to a phone. I don't have access to a computer. I don't have access to data, nothing. I got a phone and I'm in a jail cell that I can't see or do anything, but I got communication. Because that's realistically what I felt like Russell had. And from there, he was able to run quite a large company. And so I really started to change the dynamic and the structure of how we operate just by overseeing that for the few hours that I was there. So when you say, you know, can I change the text? I don't know if you can or not. I use Skype, so I don't use Voxer because all of our dev teams in India and things like that. So I'll Skype them and just say, hey, here's a change that I need, or here's something that needs to be changed. And then they're working through the night. I wake up the next morning, it says done. I didn't do anything. I got to go play with the kids. I got to go to dinner. I get to go be home on time. Like these people are working through the night and I'm waking up to designs. I'm waking up to funnels being built. I'm waking up to conversions done, tracking metrics, like all the stuff that would take so much time to do, but I'm paying these guys $8 an hour, $10 an hour to get done, where I'm going out and making, you know, a lot more than that per hour. So just, you know, valuing your time is very, very crucial because it's the only thing they're not making more of. Everything else, yes, I know who that was.
Okay,
Corinne.
this is Karin. I was wondering, for the colors, I love your new color scheme. Did you test them, split test them in any way? Or is this just your, kind of personal identification and liking?
So it wasn't actually me. My wife is really good at design. Like she's like flipped our house twice and taken it from like bland to glam. I respect her opinion when it comes to color palettes. And so I was like, hey, if you were the owner of this company of .com, what would the color palette be? And she's like, let me look through the night and I'll figure it out. So she just scrolled through. She had ideas right in her head, and then she went and found that. So if you don't have a wife or a husband that has, or you're not good at picking colors like me, I would suggest you ask the designers on 99 Designs to pick the palette and say, hey, here's the vision for the company. Here's other companies like us. Here's their color palettes. We want to blend in and make us look the same.
For me, it's actually the other way around. This is my forte. I'm trying to become a bit more into the sales numbers because I'm not sure if I'm always, if I'm kind of similar to the market, that the market would like the same as me or what I think is good for the product. So that was why I was wondering if you split test or not.
I did not split test it. I went with her gut and ran with it, and it's done well.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Good question.
Thanks.
Any other final questions on that? If you have them, feel free to unmute.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Trey, I was concerned, like if I have to A/B testing, like this page or some element, like for example, I like two different designs or some part of the design. So how we can do that? Because in that putting a code over there, either I have to learn how to put the code over there, or I have to be like change every single time. What do you think about that?
You can split test in ClickFunnels through split testing. And so you just have them build 2 pages and just say, hey, the split test on this page is this different. Like I want this text or I want this image.
Yes, makes sense.
Yep, that's simple.
That's it.
Yep. Yep, we're getting you guys through the jungle. You guys are going to be like wizards. Like you're going to, like, here's what I'm excited about. This is going to be so fun, is you guys are going to go to ClickFunnels Live, Funnel Hacking Live in whatever that is, that February or something like that.
Yep.
And people are going to be like, oh, so what do you do? And you're like, oh, well, I sell flip-flops, or I sell hot sauce, or I sell like butter. Oh, let me see your funnel. Wow. You're on ClickFunnels? No. Yeah, look at this. This is amazing. And how'd you do that? You guys are gonna be wizards. Like people are gonna be like in awe. They'll be like, how do you know all this goodness? And you'll just have to be like, well, the OFA. OFA's got the goods. Go join the OFA challenge. So I'm excited for Funnel Hacking Live because one, to meet y'all and to see everybody's designs. Very cool. All right. Let's hit funnel QA, see what we got, see what we can fix and create and do.
Cool. Actually, yesterday, Roxana came with a fantastic question, and I'm super interested to hear what you have to say on that. So, Roxana, let's get after it.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Go ahead. So,
Feel free. You don't have to sugarcoat. I'm okay if I have to start over because everything that I learned. So if this is not the right product, then yeah, don't worry. Just tell me what needs to be. So I've had it live since the Facebook ads, since I didn't know that you weren't supposed to start it over the weekend, but I started it Saturday night at 10 and it's still running until I think today at 10, the 3 days. And so this is the funnel preview. So there are some things like the pop-up that I took out because I couldn't figure it out.
You gotta share your screen.
Sorry? Oh, share my screen.
There you go. I can't
your
see
co-host, you should be good now.
Okay.
You posted this in the ClickFunnels community.
Yes.
I saw this.
Did you?
The first thing that came to mind is it's busy.
Okay.
Like,
I did prompt it a couple times, so
yeah, I have no idea what you're selling. And so it's super busy. And so we can reduce that. That's totally easy. Okay. But we need to be more clear of what you're selling, which is obviously the necklace. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then second is your checkout is going to be super confusing to a buyer who has buying more than one initial, because the drop down is like, do you want a C? You want 3 C's? No, I want 1 C, I want 2 D's, and I want an A. And then you also have 2 different images of the necklace here. See where he has that K on the top right? So You have that necklace. So you're showcasing all these, and then all of a sudden we have a new necklace that arrives.
But they're all the same necklace, just different initials. And this is the back of it, because to show that it's a light design.
Oh, that's
So it's
certainly not clear. I didn't understand that either, Roxana. I thought you have a normal one and a cheetah print one.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be maybe a bigger, cleaner picture.
Just a GIF that you're rotating it, right? Or like it's hanging and it's like rotating around or spinning.
Okay. Okay, because I do put it here, but if they don't see it, they're not going to bother reading, I guess.
Yeah, because then we moved into diamonds.
Yeah, this is what the little parts are out of, like the zirconians that go in within the,
Okay.
like this is kind of the part that is described in the necklace. So I thought here why we're above, you know, the difference between the other places, the quality of the little stones, and this doesn't catch on the skin, and it's.
Yeah, hold on, go slow, go slow. So in this case, the necklace, the chain link you have looks bronze, but what you're showing is silver.
Okay.
So you see how you're conflicting.
Okay, because I'll clean up the pictures, obviously, but I'm only selling the silver. Like after we had the first meeting with you, then you said, you know, just don't confuse people, just one. So I went just with the silver. Do you think that should I persist with this, or should I change the product based on that is so complicated when they're buying 3? I did put a box underneath the checkout for them to tell me about it. But then we were discussing with Dante, then when I have to, if I'm going to order it or send a bunch, like a chip, like a ship place, when they're shipping it for me, and maybe I'll have to like email back to people and say, hey, you know, you didn't give me your initials, or,
Yeah,
you know.
it's going to be super complex, right?
And tons of SKUs.
And tons of SKUs. You got 26 SKUs.
Yep.
Yes. And so I really tried to kind of like figure out the code and all that stuff to put 3 boxes or 4 boxes, but it just got so complicated. I gave up and put a box underneath, a text box underneath it.
If you're confused, the buyer's going to be super confused.
Okay, so.
Do you have any other idea? I think the necklace is cool. Is there any other necklaces that, you know, would be a good starter? Or was there a reason that you like this one so much that you're like, this one's the winner?
I liked it because when I did a research, the bulk, the thick.
Yeah, it's cool.
Chunky jewelry, it's growing. And this is about moms supporting their teens is what my angle was.
Yep.
That they can anchor their inner beauty and inner strength, because I know how my daughter struggles as a teenager. And she loved the necklace, and a lot of her classmates were starting to buy it, and it became kind of, she showed me how it was becoming popular online. And as I was getting that necklace for her, then I started taking this course, and I said, and then I looked it up. But then again, how do I figure the price? Because then you see it in Temu. You see it in Amazon and in Etsy for $23, $17 when it's in an offer. And then you see it for like $3 or $7. Anyways, those were my questions. If this is the wrong product, then maybe it's better for me to go. It'll be a lot faster because I'll go through all the videos again, build the site with another product, but it's again, starting with trying to find the right product, or you're thinking.
Yeah, all right. So let's start from the beginning. The first thing that we need to do is we need a headline that captures the attention of the audience, right? I think the headline was pretty good. We can work on that. So no one knows what the bubble initial necklace is. So you're already trying to sell them through the limited sale, claim 60% off right there, but no one even knows what a bubble initial necklace is yet.
Okay, so that should not be there?
Say something else. Like subheadline is going to be something that keeps them reading, right? Like you're already trying to sell them through the subheadline before they even know what the heck's going on. So what I would do is say, empower your teen, boost your confidence. Studies have shown that teens who connect with their parents through things like jewelry have a lower suicidal rate, have a lower depression rate, have a lower, something that's like freaking knife through the wound kind of deal. Like Perry Belcher always talk about, he's like, back the hearse up to the door, you know, back the ambulance up to the door. Like what's worst case? Like what is the worst case thing that could happen here, or best case thing that could happen here when we're able to sell or relate ourselves with this jewelry piece? So I definitely think like we got this like bubble initials text going on all the images. Remove all that. No need for that. Like you got it on every single image, right? It's just that's not doing anything for you. So what I would do is I think you got it right, which is like the left side, which is low self-confidence, right side, like having friends with or having fun with friends. I think that's maybe along the right path. Sure. So we might keep that. So then keep going. So then you want to share. So
What
how
did you
many
say last part was it? What did you say that I was starting to put what?
the logos? Oh, you
Uh,
started to put the necklace on her neck. I see the A on her.
Yes,
You
and
put the A
the
on there.
reason, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a lot of the pictures at the beginning, and then I was just, the reason I started using my logo in the middle is because it was kind of covering the part, because I had the letter, but I didn't have the necklace, and I didn't have a bunch of, I didn't want to use other people's images that I found on the product, but I thought if it worked, then I would, hire, I follow that link where you can hire people to wear your necklace, make you videos that you recommended.
You don't need
So-
that.
Okay,
Don't do that. Just go to 99 Designs.
but this was
And-
my daughter, so I can use her, and now she said she's willing to help me.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's all you gotta do is take your own images or have someone, but this needs to be bigger. So expand this, make that bigger, make that clear. See how it's blurry?
Which one? The actual.
Yeah, the one right here. This one I'm circling. Make that big in gold. And actually,
Please.
honestly, I would probably remove her, and then this would only be the necklace itself.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
I would also say, like this headline, I would change and say something like,
This one here, the story.
no. Can you see where I'm marking here, the annotations?
Save big here.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is we need to say something where they know that they can choose their letter. So it'd be
Okay.
something like choose from, say like, this is where I'd go to jewelry stores, jewelry competitions, and I'd see what they're doing because they already know what works, right? And I would go and figure out what headlines they're using when they're like, oh, select. And the other one I'll do is I'll go to Amazon.
I've been looking at what they're doing, and they're getting better and better. And I looked on that trend website that you shared at the beginning, and it's definitely trending, and it's something that's becoming more
Yeah.
popular.
It's great.
Anyways, it looks cute and nice. Anyways,
Select, let's chat GPT it. Chat always usually knows the answer.
yes, I use them quite often. It's
Mhm.
become
Yeah,
my
I need a
friend because-
headline that is 5 words or less, stating that, let's see, that's 5 words or less, and tells the buyer they can choose something like that.
select your personalized initial.
Choose your initial. Yeah, give me 10 more.
Because I thought it would be okay, because I didn't think about all the technical problems, but I thought it'd be okay because it was a personal touch, that people, they can personalize it, and it's kind of like part of the sales thing of, telling their moms so that their daughter can feel
Okay.
support.
I like this one. I would do choose your letter at checkout.
Okay.
And then I put in parentheses letters. So I put choose your letters with a parenthesis at checkout.
I check.
And then this button, in this case, it needs to flow with the same headline where instead of saying, yes, I want 60% off, it needs to say choose initials or choose letter
Cool.
or select letter, something like that in that button. Then getting into the story to me didn't make sense. I want you to write that story. That story needs to be a story from you, from the heart, with you and your daughter. What you're doing is you're selling me on the belief that this necklace deeply changed your daughter's life forever. So if it didn't, then it's going to be really hard to write a convincing story. But if it did, and how you guys connected because of it, write that story, put that into real life so people can read about it, understand, and get vulnerable with it. Hayes a single mom. My name's Roxana. I have a teenage daughter who just turned 16. She's in high school. And, with the economy that's going on right now, becoming one and not feeling outcasted is definitely a thing that's hitting high schools and middle schools right now. And we've battled this for probably the last 4 years, where it's been late nights, there's been tears, there's been headaches, there's been fights, there's been I hate you moms, there's been I'm leaving you forever, or whatever it is, right? Like, I don't know.
Exactly what you said, it's all true. It's just I was afraid of exposing her, because if one of her friends or her mom's friend, and I was using her pictures, but if I don't use their pictures, and I don't know, I just didn't, this would even be bad for her and the bullying she was getting when if I put it on and one of her little friends finds it, kind of thing.
Hi, my name's Roxanne. It's really hard for me to write this because I know by doing so, I'm exposing my daughter. I'm showing pictures of my daughter. I am beyond myself as I sit here and write this, because I know it may cause fights. It may cause disgust. It may cause, riffles between my relationship and my daughter, but I have to get this out, because I know there is other moms who are struggling with the connection between their daughter and themselves. And if I don't write this, I will stay up at night knowing that there are other struggling moms out there, because I have the answers that they don't. And funny enough, weird enough, crazy enough, the bond became stronger through a simple necklace. A necklace that my daughter brought home. We talked about it. It was a bubble necklace. She loved it. Her friends all had it. She wanted one. So I did research, found that they're hard to come by. So I did the unthinkable. I went and made it. I went and crafted it. I went and found a factory that can make it for my daughter, because this is the heartache that I'm having. Is I'll do anything, just like any mom would. Any mom's going to do whatever it takes to seal the bond. Long story short, found a manufacturer, got it made, presented it to her. Here's the video of her receiving it. She was awestruck, because now she was included in her friend group. She wasn't excluded. It was all because of I went to work. I was a good mom that day. I was a fighter for my daughter. And we're sitting at the couch one night, and she looks at me and she goes, I wish the world was filled with moms like you. And so I thought, well, I don't know if that will ever be possible, but maybe I can do something that will help